our youth with the arts. And I'm excited to have these very special guests in studio with me. I have Shelby Williams-Gonzales. She's the CEO of Inner City Arts, along with Melba Johnson, the National Society Incorporated of the Arts, the Khalifa chapter, along with Skylar Grey. We call him the Fresh Prince of Street Art. Good morning, you guys.
Good morning.
I am so excited about this show because this is one of the shows that just kind of organically just kind of grew. I met you guys maybe within the last 2 weeks or so?
Yeah.
And just amazed at what you do and really wanted to be able to put a spotlight on you guys. And so we could really understand what it is you do with our young people and why it's so important. I want to start with you, Shelby. Tell us about Inner City Arts.
Sure. So Inner City Arts is located in downtown Los Angeles. So we're a nonprofit arts organization that's been around for 36 years. And our mission is to serve students in school. That's a really important part because the lack of funding that happens with our public school systems that has been going on since the 90s, right? And there's always an ebb and flow of funding for that. But our program really to highlight and make sure that public school students have access to high quality arts and continuous art.
That's the first thing to go. They cut in the budget.
Is always the first thing to go. So that's the pillar of our organization. And then we also have self-select classes for anyone interested in the arts that can come to our campus on Saturdays or on week evenings. And we have arts classes as well.
Now, when people hear the arts, sometimes they automatically think, oh, painting, sculpting, but you, the vast umbrella of everything, right?
Yeah, we do it all. Visual arts, media arts, and performing arts. So it's really about meeting our students where they are. What sparks them? What are they curious about? And let's lean into that.
Now, organizations like yourself, you support our young people, but it takes others to support you to find out what it is that you do and how they can step in. And that's where my dear Melba was able to bring me into the conversation. And she brought her co-chair that really helps as well. You guys are a duo together. We love it.
Most definitely. And first of all, good morning, KJLH. Now it's official.
Sounds like you've been wanting to say that for a long time, Melba.
Maybe. But I am here with my co-chair, Lisa Jackson. Say hello, Lisa.
Good morning, everyone.
And we are part of an organization, as Adai had mentioned earlier, the Society Incorporated Supporting the Arts Khalifa chapter. And we support the arts, and we adopted Inner City Arts because it has such an amazing, it does so much for the community, and it's in the center of Skid Row. And if you went down there, it's like Oz in the middle of chaos. And it's just phenomenal and so inspiring. So we selected Inner City Arts, what was it, 2 years ago, Lisa?
2 years ago, yes.
And this second time around, we had this phenomenal show at the Wilfondale of arts and rock and painting. And I had the most amazing opportunity to bring a phenomenal young man by the name of Skylar Grey into the mix. He's a gentleman that was a part of a book that I wrote that Adai Lamar is actually in called Through My Mother's Eyes. It's a beautiful coffee top table book, a photographic book. And he is the nephew of the gentleman who helped produce it, Chad Williams, and Moses Mitchell, a photographer. And there was just something about this young man that I had to go back and reach back into the depths and say, what can I do for him? And the timing could not have been better because this is a 25-year-old man, young man, actually, who actually could relate to these kids who are between the ages of 12 to 18. You know, Khalifa Arts, we're women with professions and families and all of this. And we could relate to the kids, but to have a young man who could come in and speak their language. And when I introduced him to Inner City Arts, he literally adopted them, would go down there, spend his time voluntarily, and help create art. And it was just amazing.
Wow. Tell me a little bit about your organization and I know there's the national side, and then you have Khalifa. They heard them call you the baby of the group.
We are the baby. We are the baby of our national organization. Our chapter, Khalifa Arts chapter, was chartered November 12th, 2022. So we've only been around a few years, but we are definitely focused on the arts, literary arts, visual arts, performing arts. So when we saw inner city, this is a perfect match. They touch on everything that we are about. And we want to make sure that our children, specifically African American children, understand that there are organizations like Inner City Arts and that they're available. And we want to make it known and want to make them available to each other and accessible.
Well, I tell you what, when I had a chance to really understand what you do and to really appreciate the fact that our young people had these avenues that were available to them, that there were people that were watching out for them, which is absolutely remarkable. We had been doing stories. I've been seeing young people that I would do these stories about the towers in downtown LA, and you saw the graffiti all over these $1 million towers, and everybody was so upset. But there was this beauty of it. You know what I mean? I just saw it because we see it in other places, like Miami's big with the street art, the murals and things like that. And it was so sad to think that they were going to take it away. And everyone was all up in arms, but I was saying, there's something here. There's something here. And when we come back, I want to be able to really introduce Skylar, because this young man, when you see his art, I know he calls, he's the Fresh Prince of street art. But you, sir, when I look at everything, not just the paintings, but the sculptures and things, the first thing I thought of when I saw it was Andy Warhol. This young man is so talented. And if we can do anything to help him and others that have that, so they can have that platform to express, I think that helps our society all around. And I think inner city, I think you guys really get that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That is the key, right? It's meeting folks where they are and just giving them the platform to be their full self, right? And Skylar is the exemplifies all of that, and we're just trying to do that on a systems level so that everybody has access.
Well, I tell you what, when we come back, you're going to meet this young man who's already an icon at 25 and possibly show you on our social media some of the work that he's already done. So get ready, family. We're saving the arts because we have to save our youth right here with the Steve Harvey Morning Show on Radio Free 102.3. It's KJLH.
Juggling spring plans while getting summer ready, that's a lot. So give yourself the gift of quality rest with a premium mattress from Mattress Firm. So when your days feel nonstop, your nights need to count. Plus, rest easy with Mattress Firm's 120-night sleep trial. Love it or your money back. Get matched at Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale and sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See mattressfirm.com or store for details.
For a lot of us, saving up a down payment can be the biggest barrier to buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with One Plus. Because everyone deserves their shot at the American dream. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Time is up. The IRS is in full collection mode for 2025, issuing liens, levies, and garnishments to anyone who has a past tax debt or unfiled tax returns. Don't wait till it's too late. Your paycheck and bank accounts are at risk of being seized. Call now and stop the collection process today. If you're living check to check, no matter how much you're making, you still may qualify for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax debt. It's just a 5-minute call to get your options, and it's free. If you owe back taxes, have years of unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to sleep better, business or personal, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief while there's still time. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and tough. This veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. The call is free. Call their hotline number now, 800-259-1780. That's 800-259-1780. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-259-1780 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Hey, it's your girl Shirley Strawberry, and you're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Hey family, Dietrich here. I want you to pull up this Sunday, May 18th, to the live recording of my new choir, The Collective. It's gonna be crazy. Featuring the one and only Lisa Page Brooks, the legendary Lillian Lloyd, Travis Malloy, Corey Henry, Melvin Crispells, and many more. Did I tell you it's absolutely free? That's right, free. It's all going down at Antioch Church in Long Beach. Doors open at 4:30. Once we hit capacity, that's it. So be on time. Come make history with your boy, Dietrich Haddon and The Collective. And it happens to be my birthday weekend. We won't be closing no doors, but we will be raising the offering. Amen. Don't miss this weekend. It's going to be crazy. The live recording, tell everybody, is happening this Sunday, May 18th. Don't just hear about it. Be in the building. Listen, and you can't say I didn't tell you. Peace.
Tammy Mack.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to thank you for referring me to Homa Malayam. She got me, and you know the rest, and this is my second time using her. The first time my car slipped over on the 10 freeway. The second time, somebody rear-ended me on the 90 freeway. That's why I went back to her. I loved her. She helped me get what I deserve. Everybody in her office was kind, friendly. It didn't take her long to settle my case. I left out of the country. I came back, and my money was in my mailbox.
Just like that.
Just like that. It was 6 months. She is the best, and I will refer any and everybody to her.
The law offices of Homa Malayam was so nice, you had to get a settlement twice.
I guess so.
I'll say less, because sis said it all. The law offices of Homa Malayam, 310-207-9009. 310-207-9009. Call the law offices of Homa Malayam now, 310-207-9009.
LA's most streamed radio station.
That's what I like.
Heard worldwide at KJLHradio.com.
I love it, I love it, I love it.
He is my king. He is my one. Yes, he's my father. Yes, he's my son. I can talk to him cause he understands everything I go through and everything I am. He's my support system. I can't live without him. The best thing since sliced bread is his kiss, his hugs, his lips, his touch. And I just want the whole world to know about my black brother. I love you, and I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. Cause you're my black brother, strong brother, and there is no one above you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. He's misunderstood. Some say that he's up to no good around the neighborhood. But for your information, a lot of my brothers got education. Now check it. You got your Wall Street brother, your blue collar brother, you're down for whatever, chilling on the corner brother, talented brother, and to every one of y'all behind bars, you know that Angie loves you. My black brother. I love you. I'll never try to hurt you. No. I want you to know that I'm here for you, cause you're my black brother. I'll never hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever, brother. Strong brother. There is no one. There is no one. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. You mean so much to me. You give me what I need. I'm so proud. I said I'm so proud. I love you for staying strong. You got it going now. I'm so proud of you. Going through thick and thin, brothers, you gonna win. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you. My brother, strong brother. There is no one other. I want you to know that I'm here for you. Only you got to satisfy. To hurt you, I want you to know that I'm here for you. Forever true, 'cause you're
Hey, Adai, get a family the latest community update.
Okay, Junior. Well, we're having just a lively conversation here off the mic, but we're back and we are joined with some wonderful people that are helping to save the arts in our communities and helping our youth really express themselves and use their voices. We do have with us this morning Shelby Williams-Gonzales. She is the CEO of Inner City Arts, along with Melba Johnson and Lisa Jackson of the Society Incorporated of the Arts, the Khalifa chapter. And we've been teasing all week. We have the Fresh Prince of Street Art. He is the dynamic, the world-renowned, LA homegrown Skylar Grey. Welcome.
Thank you. First off, I want to say good morning, Los Angeles.
Good morning to you. Family, if you've not had a chance to see this young man's art, you are missing out. But please know that it will be around in our area, in some different places. People have been calling me, trying to figure out how to get in touch with you. I've been calling you the Andy Warhol of a new age. Okay. How do you feel when people compare you to certain people? And, they call you the Fresh Prince of Street Art. How do you feel when people talk about you like that?
Well, it's definitely flattering, but there's only one Skylar Grey. and I understand that, but it's definitely flattering because I'm inspired by everyone. So.
When I tell you, we were talking about, and I was telling Shelby, I said, when we were growing up, the young people, we were like, be quiet. When you talk with these young people, they have this confidence, this air, and I love it. They have these voices, and they want to be heard, and they will be heard. Where was that implanted in you, Skylar, to have as much confidence?
Well, it was already written. It was definitely already written. It was definitely installed in me because I was a kid playing an adult's game. So the only way I was going to make it in art is if I had a presence. And it was already in me.
When you were started out, you said you were just doing your little thing and then your dad said no. Explain that a little bit.
Well, let me tell you where it all started, where the seed was planted. In 2002, my mom passed away pledging AKA. And that's where I found my spark for creativity because through therapy, I learned I love the arts. Now, my dad saw the talent and he said, let's do something with this. So let's go and see some artwork. And here's a black book. And you can go and you can draw all in your sketchbook. And I was drawing everything from the things I saw on the TV to the things I saw in the galleries. And I learned about art, different art forms and different artists. And then I was meeting different artists and they saw these sketches. And they said, they told my dad, you need to put these in the streets. You need to go and be seen. And that's when I went in the streets and I went to go be seen. And so I don't call it graffiti. I call it city beautification and I call it guerrilla marketing. So that's where I got my start. And now I'm in galleries and doing what I need to do.
Not just galleries. I mean, you're all over the country. You're in Dubai, you're in Miami. I mean, you're world-renowned at this point, and you're only 25.
No, for sure. I was Forbes 30 under 30 at 16.
Wow.
I did a collaboration with Lamborghini at 18. I debuted the first art car. I'm the first artist to formally be hired to paint a car. I lived in Italy to paint a Lamborghini, So when they say that they're trying to kill the arts, you can never kill something that's always going to be alive because you can never kill this voice.
When we think about the arts, we have to understand why it's so important that we save these arts. We wouldn't have the Stevie Wonders. We wouldn't have all these wonderful people when we think about the creativity and the love and the beauty that they give to our society. And that's why it's so important, like inner city arts and organizations like Khalifa that really step in. But we have joining us someone who is near and dear to our KJLH family. This is Mr. Greg Johnson. He is in Long Beach. Good morning, Greg. How are you?
Good morning, Adai. Good morning, family.
Good morning.
Oh, man, I love this discussion.
Now, Greg is the president of the Arts Council in the city of Long Beach, and he's always doing exhibits. He's always really shining a light on the whole dynamic, the whole umbrella of the arts. And if there's an advocate to ever be an advocate, that is Greg J. Greg, tell us a little bit why it's so important, not just for the young people, but for the cities, our society to really embrace the arts and what they do.
Sure, absolutely, Adai. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, as an arts advocate, I've gone up and down the state in my role with the Arts Council for Long Beach, trying to make sure that funding and programming is in place for the arts across communities, across the board. I mean, the data shows that, as an example, we're in a incredible mental health crisis around our country, and we can show you data that arts does help healing in this space. Some of the activities that we have done in Long Beach, you mentioned some of my gallery showings. We've actually done art therapies with mental health organizations where we had an open gallery. People would come off the streets, and we had what we called an art bar, and they say, hey, if you're feeling stressed out, pick up a paintbrush, here's some paper. We gathered over 200 beautiful pieces of art with people, being able to find healing through the art form. And that's why that is so important. Wow. Also, Adai is, I'm listening to Mr. Skylar Grey, and, the importance of street art. It's an interesting evolution that back in the day, I'm a seasoned man, so I'll just say back in the day, we would see these artistic expressions, on the trains, on the walls, in the so-called inner city, and that has evolved now to a very serious art form, which is what we were calling it here street art. And those are the beautiful murals that you see around your community and everything like that. And these artists have, evolved and gotten an incredible platform to express their divine gift. Now, what's happening? You asked about some of the advocacy. That what's happening now is we are pushing back, or advocating, I should say, with state government. There is a law on the books that says a muralist has to have a full contractor's license in order to do the work when they are commissioned to do a piece on the side of a building or whatever. Well, holding a contractor's license has a lot of different elements. And
a lot of responsibilities they have to add on to their plate.
Yes, and we strongly believe that, government needs to amend that law. And so we're in support of Senate Bill 456, saving our murals all across the state. Get in touch with your local state representatives to do that. They should not have to be required to have a contractor's license in order to do a mural. And that's just the bottom line of it.
Wow. There's always a way somewhere trying to slow down the flow of freedom. And I think, Skylar, you spoke to that. Like that would hinder you a lot, right?
I said that earlier. They try to take away our voices, and they try to take away our freedom, especially as artists. And, they can never do that. That's why they try to take away the arts in the schools. That's why they try to take away the arts in that way. It's bigger.
Greg, what are some of the things you're doing? I know you got to run out, but I really wanted to talk to you. I know you've got some fabulous things coming there in Long Beach. Inglewood has some things too, but what's going on there in our LBC? We love it over there.
Well, we're proud to welcome the 25th Women's Health Expo to the Long Beach Convention Center. We'll shout that out,
Yes.
But here in Long Beach is a vibrant art scene, and being a part of the Arts Council for Long Beach is very much an honor. We're very active, not only in Long Beach, but across the state. And so we have a lot of grant programs for artists and artists. If you're in the Long Beach area, and you're looking for resources, go to artslb.org and get on that artist registry so you can find out, tap into the system. Me personally, we have we're opening a gallery, a new pop-up gallery called Blue Long Beach.
Is that the one you've been cleaning up?
The artist call there, Skylar. Hey, if you want to drop some pieces, hit me up. And so we're building the spaces now. Blue Long Beach, BLU. Long Beach, and so that's on Pine Avenue in downtown Long Beach. We're also creating a music experience with the Billie Jean King Main Library centered on women in jazz. That's on June 21st, Black Music Month.
All righty, we appreciate you. Skylar, he said, hit him up.
I'm going to hit you up, Greg. You got my support, man.
Yes.
We appreciate
All
you,
right,
Greg.
I appreciate it. Yes, please.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. When we get those kind of information that there are, they're trying to put forth things and rules and stuff like that with inner city. Did you know that was even on the books to try to, because that will affect your artists as well, your young people.
Yes, we do know about those. And so it's so important that people are engaged and they've got to advocate for the arts on so many different platforms. You can't, and to what Skylar said, you can't shut down the arts. Artists and creators are always going to be there. So might as well work with us than try to silence us.
When I did the story about the downtown towers, and I was talking about that, I had a chance to talk to Skylar. I said, Skylar, when you saw that, what did you think? And you said...
I said it was truly a work of art. That was something that people came to downtown to see. People weren't even going to the Laker games. They were going just to see the building. And when you take city beautification and do it like that, it went from being just a building to a piece of straight art.
Yeah.
And you saw how social media reacted to it. And you saw how the people loved it. People flew out here to see that.
Yeah. Especially from other areas that really do embrace that, like Miami and other places that you've seen.
No, for sure. In Miami has a place like Wynwood, for instance, specifically just for muralists and just for graffiti and just for people to be free. If you just embrace that, then maybe you wouldn't have to try to kill the arts and we won't have to save it. We could just work together to make the city beautiful.
But now I do understand, it was so dangerous. That building was dilapidated. It was a lot of different things. These artists, that should tell you right there how much they love what they do, to risk their lives to get up there and create the work that they do, and how fast they were working. The police couldn't even get to them before they had something up new.
I know. One thing you should take away from artists is that we're agile, we're fast, we're organized, and we can get stuff done. So, lean on the arts if you want change to happen.
For sure. And most times we're just a passenger and we're just letting passion drive, so.
Passenger, I like that. Melba, when your organization hears these young people, I had a chance to talk to them, and one of them talked about how, they were at home. They stayed at home. That's what they did. But meeting people like you and your organization allowed them to really express themselves and to be around others, to really bring them out as well. Their mental health, they felt like it really was an opportunity for them to share because others were going through the same thing.
It's interesting because when you mention mental health, art is a way to release, and sometimes it is their only the only opportunity where they get to be authentic, where you get to see the real person from the inside out. And then they go back inside. But when you allow a person and you give them permission and you support what they do, the possibilities, which is one of my favorite words, are endless. So it's a gift. It truly is.
When we talk about arts, again, we think about the painting, but you had some wonderful people that were performers as well with voices and could play all those instruments. What, did they come out of Inner City? Where were they?
Did, yeah. That was our rock band from Inner City Arts, and those are students that were interested in picking up an instrument. And we luckily have two amazing teaching artists on our staff, Matthias and Isai, who have been teaching. And so folks can come in and learn and become a part of a band. So all of that happened in this last academic year.
So how do we help you? Because I know the monies aren't there. How do we get to you to be able to support, whether it be your organization, Khalifa? How do we get to you guys?
Sure. To get to Khalifa Arts, please visit our website, khalifaartsociety.org. Come check us out. We will list any programs, events that we have there. And if you want to get involved, drop us a line and it'll come to our email and we'll reach out to you.
All right, Inner City.
And for Inner City Arts, we're at inner-cityarts.org. We have events on our campus, so you can come and check out. We have a play this weekend. We have Team Service Day in June. We have our permanent collection, which features our young artists that really look up to Skylar in June. So you can check us out there. And it's really an opportunity. Come either support our students as an audience member, come and volunteer in our class, and of course, you can always donate to our organization.
The one thing I like about Skylar, I love his confidence. I love that he lets his art really back him up. But you have been so inspirational and inspiring to these young people because they were like, okay, he did it. They're able to step out because they see what you do. How much does that mean to you to be able to reach back?
You know, it really means the world because when I look at art history, I notice that every artist had someone to teach them how to, you know, they were a protege.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to really do damage in this world, I have to show that your voice is important. I have to show that your craft is important. And if you're not confident in that, it's okay to be vulnerable on the canvas. And it's okay to show the canvas love because the world will show that back.
Wait a minute, family. For those that are seasoned, damage is in a good way. Damage, to have damage means a good thing.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I say that because remember when bad was bad? Like,
No, for sure.
That's bad. Okay, that means good. Well, he's saying damage, and that means good. He means putting forth some effort, okay? Just for our seasoned listeners.
Thank you for translating. It definitely means a good thing.
Inspirational transition to a seasoned listener. I'm a seasoned listener. I like that.
But I gotta let the youth know that you gotta be able to be vulnerable with yourself and be vulnerable with the canvas, and it all starts with you, and then everybody else will receive that. Mm-hmm. And so it's important to let the youth know that y'all can be great and y'all can make money in this and y'all can have a legacy in this.
Wow.
So yeah.
When you see your art and you see like what you do in Dubai, you go back and you look at things. Do you ever look at it like, oh, I wish I had done this, or I think I'm going to do this? Because you went from the paintings, but the sculptures.
Right.
Was it a hard transition?
It was never a hard transition because I'm always trying to challenge myself and I'm always thinking about what's the next step, right? Mm-hmm. And so I said, how can I turn this into something that's lifelike? Right? Because the colors are vibrant, it makes me feel happy, but how can I make it lifelike? And so I just made it literally as big as a human. So
talk about that particular sculpture that we were talking about, because you have several of them. You have them that look like Mickey Mouse. Talk about those a little bit.
Okay,
because we're not just talking about paintings, people. We're talking about think Andy Warhol. That's the one I can keep saying is like, think that, but life.
Nah, for sure. So the paintings are basically me mixing pop culture images and high fashion together, telling the story of Mickey Mouse, and some of them are telling my own story in a way. And the sculptures are some of them are smaller, some of them are about like 2 foot, and some of them are about 4 foot. And I have one that's literally like 5 foot tall, and it's of Mickey Mouse as Karl Lagerfeld, and it's something that you truly have to experience in person.
You've married those two, fashion and art and the street of it, and you've done it very, very well. A lot of people are taking notice to it.
Well, I appreciate you. You know, something that I embody. I make my own clothes. I make my own paintings. You know, I'm just trying to paint and create my life. My dad said, this is my story and I write it. So I think becoming an adult, I'm truly figuring out what that means.
When you guys hear about the word creative, I think it's being thrown a lot around, like, I'm a creative. Is it becoming cliche, or what does that mean to each of you when someone says, I'm a creative, I create? Or are we all really creatives?
I think we all are creatives, and it's not becoming cliche. Creative, I think, is another way of saying that you're still an individual, right? In a time and a place where there's so much coming at you, when you're creative, you're tapping into something that is originating from yourself. Right. So, and that's what we need, more individuals and bringing their own perspective. It creates a diversity of thought, a diversity of experience, a diversity of perspective, and that only grows and creates a better society. So creativity is about that individuality, which makes the world a better place. It not only writes your own story, but then it's creating the story for all of us.
It's your thread in this fabric of life that we live. It's the story of life. Khalifa, you were talking, Melba and Lisa, how you all have your own individual lives. You're very busy. You're professional women, but yet you still understand the plight of the creatives.
You know, it's interesting because I'm a yoga teacher, retired executive, and an author. And I realize that creating is like breathing. And as long as you are able to create, you continue to breathe. When you stop breathing, you're no longer creating. You don't exist. You cease to exist. And I don't know if Skylar knows it, but working with Inner City Arts gave him an opportunity to exhale. He was holding his breath. And as artists, they ebb and flow. Confidence, no confidence. Am I doing it right? And do they see me? And that opportunity for Skylar to sit with Inner City Arts, I saw the change in him. He started breathing again. And it is our responsibility as adults to say exhale. It's okay. And when they exhale, believe it or not, we exhale. Because a lot of us are walking around holding our breath because we can't think about the possibilities in life. And it's just, I'm going to exhale. Lisa?
With Khalifa Arts, we're focused on young folks, specifically children that are in late middle school to high school.
Get them young.
We get them young.
Yeah.
And we want them to know that there's organizations out there that see them and that know that there's a need and know that they might not know how to direct themselves. And in working with Skylar, he's even said to us, if I had known about Inner City Arts, if I had knew about an organization like yours when I was a teenager, think of things that it could have affected and how it could have changed my life. And we want to change lives. We want kids to also embrace that there are facets that they can explore in themselves and they can make a career out of something that they're passionate about. They don't have to say, okay, well, I have to go to college and I have to become this. No, you can look deep within and find what you love and what you enjoy and make that into something that can be a career and can be fulfilling for you. And that's what we're all about, is supporting that and exposing our kids to that.
When we come back, I want to speak with Skylar again because he has some very special people that are listening this morning, that have been listening for quite some time over the years, and that you guys have your own thread in the KJLH history. We're going to talk about all that when we come back. We're saving the arts, saving our youth with the Steve Harvey Morning Show right here on 102.3 Radio Free, KJLH.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Wake up, wake up.
Hi there, folks. I'm Doris Starr Tucker, and I'm inviting you to join me live on the front page every weekday from 4:30 to 6 a.m. here on KJLH. We're delving into a wide variety of topics each day to keep you informed, invested, and uplifted. Did you have the chance to tune in for Open Phones on Freedom Friday? We fielded your calls on everything from division within the Democratic Party to Uncle Nearest founder Fawn Weaver's refusal to sell her billion-dollar business. On Monday, we had in a brand new crop of minority business owners, and Tuesday, we learned about domestic violence prevention with representatives from the Genesee Center. There's something new and exciting to tune in for each day on the front page. Join me, Doris Starr Tucker, along with our producer, Danny Morrison, and Bobo at the board. You can listen to the front page live Monday through Friday from 4:30 to 6 a.m. at 102.3 FM or listen later on the KJLH app or on our website at kjlhradio.com.
What do sadness or grief look like? We can't always know. The Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health is committed to your well-being. Take action for yourself, for your circle, for your community. Learn more at takeactionla.com.
Hey, family, what's up? This is Lon McHugh. People always ask me, what makes New Image Dental so special? That's an easy answer. They care. They care about you. They care about your dental health. Dr. Adams and her team of beautiful female dentists are highly trained and specialize in pain-free dentistry, root canals, cosmetic dentistry, bridges, all-on-4 implants, and teeth whitening. Listen, it's no secret. New Image Dental is the greatest dental office on earth. Period. There, I said it. Get started on your journey to a pain-free, beautiful, and healthy dental life. Emergency patients are welcome. Get a dental exam and x-rays for only $39.99. Unbelievable. Dental exam and x-rays for only $39.99. New Image Dental, 1608 Cindella Avenue in Inglewood. 100% financing available. Cash in on your company dental benefits. Use it because you don't want to lose it. Call 310-216-9600. That's 310-216-9600. Or log on to newimagedental.org. Ask for Dr. Adams. As she always says, we cater to cowards.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Johnson. After a 2-year search, my husband and I were determined to find the perfect contractor for our home improvement project. Our home is nearly 100 years old. It was falling apart and I was in desperate need of a complete remodel. So we decided to call Jerome's SoCal Home Improvement. Initially, we were just looking for an estimate, but what we got was so much more. Jerome's attention to detail and his crew's exceptional work was amazing. They did a complete home retrofit and a lifetime exterior coating. We are beyond satisfied. Finally, we can rest easy knowing that our house is protected from any future damage. We highly recommend Jerome's SoCal Home Improvement to anyone in need of top-notch home improvement services.
For 100% financing, call Jerome. Call Jerome's SoCal Home Improvement and ask for me, Jerome. 844-534-7336, 844-534-7336, or log on to YouKnowMeJerome.com.
Hey everybody, this is Roland Bynum. Join me Saturdays from 5 to 9 for the Block Party. Starting at 5, it's your spiritual inspirational time. Triple plays at 6, and at 6:20 we exercise at the Rose Bowl, Darby Park, Kenneth Hahn Park, or in your home. 7 to 9, it's the music from the soundtrack of your life, plus birthday shout-outs at 8:10. So join me, Roland Bynum, Saturdays from 5 to 9 for the Block Party and the music from the soundtrack of your life. Yesterday's music for today's memories. Only on Radio Free 102.3 KJLH.
Hey, this is Steve Harvey. Go to KJLHradio.com to find out what's going on in your community, okay?
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you
information on the way. Let us have it a day.
Thank you, Steve. We are continuing the conversation. We are saving the arts so we can save our youth or any creative out there that really wants an opportunity to have a platform to show what's inside them. We've been speaking with Shelby Williams-Gonzales. She's the CEO of Inner City Arts, along with Melba Johnson and Lisa Jackson from the Society Incorporated for the Arts, the Khalifa chapter, and the Prince of Street Art, Skylar Grey. Thank you guys for joining us today and just giving us so much information and so much to think about when it comes to the arts and why they are so important to all of us, whether we know it or not. Anything that we admire, we listen, we hear, that's the arts. That's the arts. Skylar, I said that you were homegrown, and you are really homegrown, like from here.
Definitely. I'm from the Crenshaw district of Los Angeles, but I've definitely touched every part of this city.
Yeah. With that brush somewhere or another.
Definitely. Graduated from View Park High School. I didn't touch every part of the city, and I love LA. I really embody what this city is, you know.
Now, we were talking when I first met you. I met your grandmother who's listening this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Nana. First off, my grandmother is Pastor Patricia Strong, and she does so much for this LA community. She does so much for the LA community. She is spreading the word of God, and she's making sure that the community is looked after, and she's making sure that these streets are safe.
So you have a legacy of understanding community, and your grandmother, she listens to the station. We appreciate her. She even offered to come with you over here today.
Yeah, definitely. She was ready to be on the air with me. I told her, I said, it's okay. I got it.
You're still her baby in her eyes, will always be.
And I always will be her baby. I love you, Nana.
Now, you said you'd been listening to KJLH since you were a baby. I said, hey, don't say that too loud. He's like, a day? I used to hear you. I was like, hey, don't tell him.
Definitely. You the voice of LA.
You know, our community is so important to us. So it's important that we get out the information that matters. And as you said, KJLH is the voice of our community. We give the voice to those that need that information out. But you said you had a cousin that once was an intern with us?
Yeah, my cousin Nicholas, he interned for Kevin Nash back in high school. So I used to pull up right outside. I was small though. I used to see him.
Just to peep inside, huh?
No, it's definitely a full circle moment though.
Yeah.
It's definitely a full circle moment. Just like I told you when I first met you.
Yeah, it was manifestation, because when you said you listened, and then I thought, oh my goodness, and then we were talking about the things that you want to do, and then things just started rolling. When I say manifestation is real,
it definitely is.
When two or more come together, he is there also. That's scripture, right? And so we talked about these things, and once that happened, just so many things just start popping up. I was like, Skylar can do this. Skylar should be here. Skylar should be talking to these people. And it's so important that we talk like that and understand that, because young people feel like, oh, someone's already doing that. Oh, someone's, no, you step out. You step out. The scripture, Proverbs 18:16 says, what does it say? A man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. And that has happened for you, Skylar, and will continue to happen. I know, Miss Lisa, you said you had a niece, was it? That's been an intern way back in the beginning before Stevie Wonder.
Right. My sister was an intern. She sat in the booth with Rod McGrew back in the day.
And who was the owner then, you said?
That was when John Lamar Hill was the owner of KJLH. So KJLH is definitely institution.
Yeah.
And we've been listening and enjoying KJLH all of our lives too, even us seasoned ones.
Yes,
we have been there with KJLH. So it's wonderful to see the growth, the transition, and to be here this morning.
Well, we owe that all to our owner, Mr. Stevie Wonder, who understands that our community needs a voice, and how important it was that we be free to express ourselves and not be dependent on others, because that's when our messages get watered down, or they're incomplete or misconstrued. And that's what KJLH is. And we honor that as we work for him. We make sure that happens. So it's our honor and pleasure to be able to have you guys here. Please, Skylar, tell us how we can get in touch with you, how we can see your art. We are live streaming right now, so when you see this later on, we're going to insert pieces of your art so people can check that out. But give them your socials, because that's the thing now, all the socials.
Well, on Instagram, it's Skylar Grey Street Art.
Spell that for us, okay? Because we get creative these days.
Definitely. So it's SkylerGrey Street Art. And that's on Instagram, that's on TikTok, that's on everything. And when you go online, I have a website, SkylarGreyArt.com. I have options for different prints on there. And if you're into art, if you want something beautiful, something happy to wake up to, and something that appreciates you, you go there and you go and bless yourself.
All right. I love that. Bless yourself. All right. Tell me how we can get in touch with Inner City Arts and show love there.
Yeah. So Inner City Arts, you can reach us at inner-cityarts.org. That's also our socials on. We have a TikTok. We have Instagram.
Of course you do.
Of course
those
we
babies,
do.
those
and
young people.
hello to our youngsters that are listening. It's so good.
They're texting you this morning.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the love.
We love you, young people. We love you. We love you. We honor you. And Khalifa, how can someone be a part of your society and helping with our young people in the arts?
Yeah, reach out to us. Go to our website, KhalifaArtsSociety.org, and Khalifa is CALIFA. Artssociety.org. Go to our website, check us out, drop us a note. You'll see upcoming events, pictures, things that we've done. So please come to our website. You can also reach us on Instagram, the same handle, Khalifa Arts Society. Reach out to us, and we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you think of what we're doing, and we'd love you to be involved with things we do in the future.
Definitely so. We appreciate you so much for coming in and sharing. Skylar, all the best to you, as well as all the other young artists that are listening. And I say young, those that are young at heart, that are still creating and doing wonderful things that really bless our society. So we appreciate you guys for being here with us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, family. This is why you have to save the arts, because we're saving ourselves with that, right? All right, family, it's been amazing. Have a beautiful weekend. You've got our very own Llama Q in next from Radio Free. It's 102.3 KJLH.